Corporate Misfits, welcome to Plan Your Year with me. I'm so excited to talk more about how we can plan for your upcoming year for your digital product business. In today's video, we're going to talk all about implementing and creating a game plan so that you can make sure that you're actually achieving your goals as you go throughout the year. So let's go ahead and dive right in so that you can set yourself up for success and plan your year. Hey there, Corporate Misfits. Brittany, Darrington here, and welcome to the Corporate Misfit Club channel, where we help female coaches, course creators, and digital product business owners to build a freedom-bound business, sharing their expertise and so much more. Now, before we dive into planning your year with me, I want you to check out our resource library where you can learn more about how you can be able to build a freedom-bound business by creating a digital product, marketing it, and launching it. And you can find that in the link below. And if you need some resources to help you to plan out your year, you can check out some of our digital planners that we have below that can help you to set yourself up for success, whether you're looking to create a marketing plan, a podcast plan, or just a business strategy. We have some planners that are dedicated specifically for digital product business owners, and you can find them below. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about planning your year with me, and planning your year is something that I do every single year where I take time in the month of November to really plan out what I'm going to be doing for the upcoming year in my business. Now, this has helped me to stay accountable. It has helped me to also be able to get things done and implement it. And it also has helped my team to stay accountable and help my team to be able to get things done. All together, as we work through each of the tasks and implement and execute, we are able to reach a lot of the goals that we set. Now, there are times where we don't necessarily reach a goal, or we decide as we're going through things that this was not the best fit and this is something that we should not have maybe, embarked on. But I will tell you, we do hit most of our goals because we do take the time to plan. We take time to execute, we take time to communicate about the goals as we're going through it throughout the year and identify what's working and what's not. So I want the same for you, because I know when you achieve your goals, it can really change things in your business and your life. And so whether your goals are to hit revenue numbers, or to grow your email list, or to implement a podcast into your business, or to launch a new product, whatever it may be, it's important for you to set these goals in place because you can make it happen. You just need to set some milestones and really execute and follow along and achieve your goals and be able to hold yourself accountable along the way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk all about implementing and tracking progress. And one of the ways that you can get started is by staying accountable and focused. So I've talked about this before, accountability, and the reason why I keep bringing it back up is because as we go through our year and we start to implement tasks, sometimes we drop the ball in certain areas, or sometimes we didn't give ourselves enough time to be able to achieve something. So I know I have been guilty of this. I'll keep using my YouTube channel as an example. I wanted to create a video series and I had all these ideas of things I wanted to do. And one of the things I did not account for was just everyday life. So I was like, I'll record 25 videos, I'll get them done in a week and all this great stuff. And life was happening. I had interruptions with family. I had things that just were coming up, or I would be doing something that would take me longer. I'd have a client call that take longer than expected. I mean, just so many things that would take place that would keep me sometimes from being able to achieve that particular goal in that time frame. So holding yourself accountable, one of the things I had to do was say, you know what, the time frame that I originally set for myself in November is not going to be realistic for where I'm at currently right now. So I'm going to need to adjust this. That might mean I need to adjust other things in my business, or what is something I can put on the back burner that maybe I don't implement this year and I move into the following year. So it allowed me to just make changes. And when you hold yourself accountable, it helps you to identify things such as what's working, what needs to be changed, so that you can really meet those goals. Also, accountability meetings are really important. So maybe you have a team member or team members in your business. I want you to either have a Loom video that you make to make sure everybody's holding themselves accountable. I want you to have maybe a meeting that you might have to make sure people are holding themselves accountable. I want you to really look through maybe your project management system and see your things getting done and holding everybody accountable, including yourself. So I like to meet with my team once a month where we all meet as a whole rather than individually and things like that. And we go through and identify what's working, what's not working. When things are not working, I like to ask what's going on. Is it me? Is it so-and-so? Is it this task? What is it? What's keeping you from getting there? Sometimes I'll learn that there is a learning curve that needs to be done before they get this task, or sometimes that there's something missing. So it's important for you to really hold yourself and your team, if you have one, and anyone else you're working with accountable, and making sure that everybody is hitting the deadlines and getting things done, or adjusting things when needed. So now staying focused is still in this portion, because I really know that in order for you to hold yourself accountable and stay accountable, it's important for you to stay focused. I read this really cool book. I'm just gonna grab it because it is so freaking good. It's called The Power of Focus. So I started reading this book, and it really helped me to just get so clear on how to make sure that things I'm working on, I'm focused and I'm not allowing interruptions during that time. Meaning, ever I have my phone, or if I have notifications on and I'm trying to do something and I'm getting notifications, it bothers me. So instead, I close out my email. I make sure I turn off notifications and put things on sleep mode or do not disturb mode while I'm working on things. I make sure I'm not answering emails at all times of the day. And instead, I focus on the task at hand. And then once I'm finished with that task, okay, if I need to take a 5 or 10 minute break, I do so, and then jump back into the next task at hand. So this book has really helped me to really pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm just understanding how to focus and get things done. Now let's talk about the next thing, which is going to be measuring and evaluating your success. So one of the things I like to do is measure if things are working. If I'm using a YouTube channel as an example, are we generating new subscribers? Are we getting people from YouTube to our email list or to our lead magnets? What's working and what's not? It's important that you take time to evaluate if this is working, because if it is not, then either you might need to tweak something along the way, or you need to identify if it's going to be the best fit for your business. There are things I used to try to implement because maybe I learned about it in a mastermind and everyone's like, this works for me. So I was like, let's try it in my business. And sometimes it just wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a good fit for me. It wasn't a good fit for my team. It wasn't something we even enjoyed doing. So it was time for us to evaluate and see if it was a good fit. And once we did, we identified, should we put more energy and put more time and effort into this particular goal, or should we push this off to the back burner or let it go completely because it wasn't who we are, or it wasn't in alignment with our vision and values for our business. Okay, so once you've taken that time to really evaluate things and really make sure that you know how to measure your goals as you're going through the year, it's time to make adjustments as needed. So as I mentioned, if something is not working in my business, so I like to ask myself, how much more time should we give it? Should we give it another quarter, another 2 quarters? What should we do? Should we write it out through the rest of the year? What would make the most sense in order for us to properly identify if this thing that we're implementing is working? And this helps us to get very clear as a team and say yes or no, or let's keep going, but if it's not working by this next quarter, let's let it go, because we don't want to waste time doing things that aren't moving our business forward. So I highly recommend that you take time to go back and look at some of the things that you're doing in your business. And if you're noticing things are not necessarily moving forward and to the place of where you want it to go, reevaluate. Do you need to put more time and energy behind it? And if not, do you need to let it go? So the last thing I want you to do to really be able to implement in your business as you're going throughout the year is to identify when you're going to celebrate milestones and big wins in your business. So I know for myself, I am really guilty of this, and I have to just even hold myself accountable in this area, is I get excited, I set these goals, I put milestones in place, I implement, I go into action mode, but I'm not necessarily celebrating my wins along the way. So sometimes I can't see the massive growth that I had when I first started to where I am today, and I overlook some of the big wins that I had along that time frame. So for example, when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be able to get to 1,000 people, but to get to 1,000 people, you gotta get one person. So I remember when I got my first person on YouTube, it was my husband, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's my husband. Like, why am that's nothing to celebrate, right? And I was like, wait, no, that is something to celebrate. I have one person beside my name, and I started to look at it differently. So then I started celebrating every time I got to 100 people, when I got to 200, when I got to 500, when I got to 1,000, and as I continued to grow. And I was like, yay, this is exciting. Maybe the information I'm sharing is something that can really help people in their digital product business. And I started to eliminate that like kind of downplay of me achieving these goals, and I started to celebrate these wins because I knew as I continue to grow my YouTube channel specifically, I know that one, that means somebody who has a digital product business is trying to grow their business too. And also two, the information that I have learned over the decades has been just really amazing information, and it's been valuable and it has helped people. And it's a great way for me to help others around the world to be able to hopefully grow their business and do more of what they love and really create freedom for what they're looking to do. So I want you to celebrate your wins. Again, I take time to now celebrate small wins. I take time to celebrate big wins. I like to celebrate a lot of different things in my business, but I know that if I don't take time to celebrate it, I won't realize how far I've come along the way. So as you and your business are going in a different direction and growing in your business, it's important for you to look back at what you have achieved and identify, how can I celebrate that win? What are some things I can do? Maybe I take myself to go get coffee, or I go and just get a massage, or whatever it may be. How can I celebrate these wins? And I like to put these milestones and these wins in certain places. So for example, once I achieve XYZ goal, I'm going to take a day off and I'm going to go get a massage, or I am going to go on vacation, or I'm going to see how my team and I can all meet up and maybe take off on Friday or something like that. So I love to find ways to celebrate wins in my business, and I love to find ways to be able to reward these wins, whether it's myself, my team, anyone. We love to find ways to celebrate along the way. Okay, corporate misfits. So I know that there's a lot to go into your planning, but I want you to know that making a game plan for your business will take some time. It won't happen overnight. I like to give myself sometimes a few days, sometimes a few weeks to go back and kind of flesh things out and really get clear on what I'm doing. Once you get clear on that, don't be afraid to take action. Don't be afraid to start going into your new year with a game plan and going into it strong. I want you to feel excited and comfortable and confident about it, so that then when you go into your new year, you're not questioning it. So feel free to flush out the things that you don't want to do as you're planning out your year. Feel free to make changes. Nothing needs to be set in stone. It's just important for you to have a roadmap on how you're going to achieve what it is you're looking to achieve within this upcoming year. Okay, corporate misfits, if you want to check out some planners to help you along the way, you can check out some of our digital product planners, which are going to be below in the link, and also check out that resource library that can help you to create and launch a digital product business. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Okay, I'll see you soon. Hey there, corporate misfits. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you can be notified of some of our upcoming videos.